Alright, let's see how good this goes.
Black History Month, turn this up, nigga. I'm Don Julio, that tequila.
It's just popping out tonight, guys. My buddy's showing me his feed. He's like, yeah, there's gonna be a brawl going on tonight. There's all these cops downtown. I mean, in 6 minutes. I'm gonna try to use. In 6 minutes. And do the hustle me pass.
Makes you wonder if there's about to be a fight. I was looking to see if there's going to be a brawl.
See?
We walk around the fucking block and we gonna miss it. Damn, I should watch where I'm going. All right, y'all.
You know my buddy's feed is
We're all over that way. I mean, it's warm, people are drunk. I say we walk back that way and see if there's a brawl. Oh,
that's what he's talking about.
Talking hot dog truck. Oh, they talking shit like they about to do something. Oh, damn. Because it was a shoving match.
Perfect timing.
Well, doesn't look like it. Almost looks like it. Alright, I thought there'd be a fight. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, these hot dog vendors are like, oh man, I'm about to lose my fucking hot dogs. Yeah.
Hello, I hope everyone is having a good night.
Do you have a social media shout out you want to do?
Yeah, Yara.3, YARA.3 on Instagram. Thank you.
Right on. It's beautiful and warm out, right? Alright. Well, looks like all these people who were shoving walked away. So,
Like 3 more minutes. I know, it's so boring. Oh man, somebody almost pushed somebody. The way we get that street talk vendors.
alright, so anyways, we were playing Arc Raiders, alright? And
It's an art grade.
I'm trying to get a supply drop to fall on my fucking character because it's a secret achievement. It's a hidden achievement. And I'm like, motherfucker, I'm trying to get this hidden achievement. Drunk people dropping phones. Dude, I remember in the 90s, that really didn't matter. You dropped your phone, that shit fucking survived going down the steps. Then in the early 2000s, you drop your phone, that thing's fucking shattering. Now you drop the phone, it ain't that bad. Hello. Go to the Black Spot, the best underground club in America. It's all right. Damien killed social media. He killed everything. Check the police out. Americans can't handle their drink. Us Scottish drinks are fine. Right? Okay, we're gonna go that way. We're gonna swoop around that way. Oh, it's 2 o'clock right now. It's warm as fuck, dude. I gotta fucking unzip my coat. Oh, fuck. How's it going? It's here. It's here. Hey, how you doing, yo? All right, man. I went to that event and it was supposed to be location. Oh, okay. Hello. Boy Studio hit me up a couple days. Hit me up like a couple days early. Basically saying that his name would be because of the event. So I'm
Yeah.
we'll find out the spot in school before all right. From 9 until 6 in the morning. Oh, damn.
So fake.
Right on. Cool.
Yawn.
Between building, remodeling homes, creating content, I'm burnt out. Well, that's why I started using Upwork. I rely on ounce.
Welcome back. They say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. What about a plum? A new fruit developed and grown in Australia is being called the next big superfood due to its super high levels of antioxidants. Does the science back the hype?
Plucked, sorted, bagged and studied. There's a new so-called superfood in town, and it's all Australian.
Each day you learn something new. It's like, oh my god, this thing is so amazing.
Apart from the fact that it's actually very sweet, very
Superfood in town, and it's all Australian.
Each day you learn something new. It's like, oh my god, it's amazing.
The humble plum, just not as you've always known it. This is a clean garnish, and as far as superfoods go, shakes quality. It's in Australian soil at farms like Jimmy Califantis.
Dip, 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 dip. Dip, 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 dip. Dip, 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 dip.
A city for plant workers wasn't evacuated
stage for 36 hours. Over 50,000 people were exposed to lethal radiation. The fall.
That is the most boring to.
Sweden once came really close to developing its own nuclear weapons. After World War II, the country found itself wedged between NATO and the Soviet Union. Despite its neutrality, the threat of Soviet invasion was a serious concern. Recognizing the power of nuclear weapons, the Swedish government decided to launch its own nuclear program, hoping that the bombs would act as a deterrent. It ran for nearly 30 years and came very close to producing 3 functional weapons. However, the project was ultimately scrapped. This was mainly due to rising costs, shifting international priorities, and growing public opposition. Additionally, Sweden's growing reliance on U.S. military protection made the development of took more people from Iraq than the whole of USA. Wow, yeah, really, yeah. She pointed at me and said, here he comes. Here comes the Jew. Kim Kardashian had a car accident. Kim Kardashian had a car accident? Yeah. Stockholm. Once one of Europe's safest and most admired cities. But that reputation is fading fast. Years of mass migration have left deep marks on Sweden's capital, with rising crime, cultural tensions, and entire districts now cut off from the rest of the city. Places like Rinkeby and Tensta have become symbols of segregation and failed integration, far removed from the image Sweden projects to the world. In this video, we're taking you inside the parts of Stockholm most people will never go to show the reality behind the headlines. Hello everybody and welcome to Stockholm, Sweden. Welcome to Sweden. It's our very first time ever being here. It's the first time ever being this far north actually in the globe. It's cold, it's expensive. And today we're going to be showing you the reality of Stockholm, the reality of Sweden 2025. Welcome to Stockholm Central Station. Today we're going to be exploring Stockholm together. Our very first conversation in Stockholm, believe it or not, was with an Eritrean Christian preacher in a church in the center of Stockholm. He has literally just arrived into Sweden in the last month, spreading the word of the gospel. From where? South Africa. Nice. All of these books. Arabic. And subtitles in French and English. He says yes. Yes. Yeah.
Pretty big, the gospel itself, which is sort of an interesting first perspective, I guess, into Sweden and Stockholm as a city.
Right, guys, we made it to Tensta. It's completely flipped. So it's no longer majoritively Swedish people. This is one of the areas where the vast majority of people are going to be migrants that have arrived from 2015 onwards. Hundreds of thousands, actually, that a lot of them haven't properly integrated into Swedish society. And that has created these little pockets of communities on the outskirts of Stockholm. Believe it or not, while we're here, we ran into a young guy. He's only 21, but he's on top of his game. And he made his way all the way from America over to Europe to cover a lot of these issues. This is Hermes.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Glad to meet you too. But yeah, it's interesting, going around Europe, going to some of these, major cities where, there used to be majority of Swedish or English, French, whatever it might be, and how much has changed. And I think it's kind of important, like being from America, showing how Europe is like, because a lot of Americans are very disconnected actually a lot worse because there's really not much free speech in a lot of these countries. That's true. You can't even talk about these problems. Whereas in the U.S., I guess some of the cities are extremely bad. You know, they have guns, might be more dangerous, but still talk about these problems pretty openly for the most part. A lot of people still have guns to defend themselves. So it's not the case here in Europe. Yeah, not at all. So I'm interested to go see this area of Stockholm. You were in London as well, right? Yeah. So what did you think of it? It's pretty crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's awful. Like, I don't know how you reverse that. It seems very irreversible. When I think it's like 30% actually English in London. And, you know, there's communities like you guys said you went to Whitechapel as well. Like, I tried to talk to people there and nobody speaks English. It's a different world. There's signs in like Bangladeshi or whatever language it is. And I don't know. I mean, you see how these people act. You know, they're stabbings, they rob you. And, you know, they don't even get punished for it. Yeah, so a lot of the massive, like, since basically 2015 onwards, there's been a sharp rise. The statistics show it. Sharp rise in a lot of crime, a lot of shootings, bombings, gang-related incidents. Believe it or not, a lot of that stuff happens in these pockets here in Stockholm. On the outskirts, none of it is happening, or very few of it is actually happening in the center of Stockholm. The weather is on our side. It's crispy though, but let's see what happens.
Scan the QR code.
This is literally sitting in the front garden here. Terrorism, anti-Semitism, integration. So I think this is basically a political person. It's Messiah. His name is Messiah. Messiah Shar Commit. That's Fraga in Muslim. So if you can translate this down in our comments, if you are Swedish, please let us know what exactly it's saying. So it says Sharia as well. So I don't know if he's for or against Sharia, but that's crazy to see just here, like in a neighborhood, openly like that.
The Ahmadiyya Muslim community is launching the Messiah Has Come Home campaign. The aim of this campaign is to address the issues that we believe are of the utmost importance and significance for our time. So it's pro-Islamic, I assume.
So pro-Sharia.
Probably trying to convert people.
So we just had a look on Google Maps actually, and this is registered on Google as being a mosque. So that guy's house, Bayet ul Afiyat Mosque, and it has pictures of the dude everywhere as well. Sayings that he said. That's crazy. So yeah, it's basically a guy that runs an operation that's basically building out some sort of a community for the Muslims that are here. That's fascinating that he actually listed that his own home is a mosque.
It could also be for tax evasion, by the way.
It could be for tax
if
evasion.
You are registered as religious or something like that, usually in these types of countries you don't have to pay taxes. So it could be for that reason as well, because it doesn't look like a mosque. There's no minarets, there's no sort of religious affiliation from the outside. So it could just be for tax purposes.
And there's pictures of like literal tents where they're talking about the Islamic Caliphate and a lot of other good stuff on the streets. That's crazy.
Here, the streets, the shops.
So this is a Eritrean wig store. Oh, she pointed at me and said.
She pointed at us and said, "Kufar, infidel."
Ah, really? She pointed at us and called us kufar. The restaurant there is basically entirely East African cuisine. So everything basically in these areas, it is exclusively, like fully exclusively non-Swedish. And how that benefits Swedish people, I don't really understand. Like legal migration and integration into society, that a lot of times has very positive impacts on society. And that's something I think that willing taxpayers I would happily pay taxes for it. But if I see my tax money going to building things like these areas, these pockets that are completely separate from the country that I live in,
And I don't know what the case is here in Sweden. I don't know if these communities are permitted to vote. I don't know if that's the case. But if you have like an influence on elections, that's the case, for example, in a lot of America, for example. So you'll see the US a lot of times. That's crazy to think about. And in a swing on elections, that's a lot of what you see actually in the States as well. So the border gets blurred or has been blurred there. People come across and then they are able to vote and swing the politics of a nation in a certain direction. And that is pretty crazy to think about. I hope it's not the case here in Sweden. I hope that people, the actual people that are born here, paying taxes and are working their butts off to fund this situation, that they're not in that position. But yeah, if they are, I don't know what to say. It's pretty sad. But to be in a country where the crime rate has increased so much. If you ask any Swedish person, trust me, we tried to speak to a lot of Swedes. A lot of them don't want to be on camera because they don't want to show their face on a video that speaks about such topics like this. A lot of them will say Sweden 30, 40 years ago, or even 20 years ago, was a completely different country. The statistics were completely different back then. So what do you think the difference between central Stockholm and here? What do you think the difference is?
I mean, the difference is very jarring. Here, Swedish people, I think we've seen maybe like three, maybe a few on the bus, but in all the stores, everyone was eating, everyone was getting a haircut, whatever it might be. Like, none of them here.
Yeah.
It's pretty insane. Like,
Central Stockholm, you see it, it's like a different world, right?
Yeah, I mean, you'll see some of them there. I went out to the bars last night. There was a few here and there.
Yep.
A lot of the security were, unfortunately, speech foreigners. But here, it's a different world.
Yeah.
I sent someone a picture here. They blurred out the signs in Swedish. You wouldn't know where the hell
you wouldn't know.
You would think it was Europe.
Yeah.
So,
like if you sent them a picture and you were like, guess where? I don't think they would say Sweden, right?
I mean, nowadays, they might. It's becoming the norm. But
yeah, it's become normal now. That's the thing. It's completely, like, the reality has switched.
yeah. It's great.
Apocalypse.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah, and see you on the next one.
Just wipe it like this. See? Do you see that? It's that simple. Just wipe it. Look. Just look. Stop getting your eyebrows tattooed.
Oh shit! I probably should have turned that off. Fuck. Let's see if it's hooked up. Dang it. What's up, everybody? How we doing tonight? Oh man, my hands are chill.
oh my god. Yeah. It's all some shit. Bro.
They say that if you
Diversity
drive to make Britain's countryside less white. You mean make the British countryside more like British cities? Terrible idea. Plans followed DEFRA Commission reports that claimed the countryside would become irrelevant in a multicultural society, as it was a white environment principally enjoyed by the white middle class. No, not the white middle class. Because how dare the native population have anywhere nice left to escape to? The Chilterns National Landscape Team has set out proposals that include community outreach schemes to attract more Muslims to the area, particularly from nearby Luton. While most white English users value the solitude and contemplative activities which the countryside affords, the tendency for ethnic minority people is to prefer social company. Social company, which apparently is a new euphemism for overcrowding, noise and fighting.
stated that dogs should be kept under tighter control as some groups are scared of them. In other words, forcing people to keep their dogs on leads in wide open countryside because man's best friend might offend Muslims. Reducing marketing material and community languages in order to reach people or communities with protected characteristics such as people without English as a first language. And apparently refusing to learn English when you live in England isn't a failure to integrate, i.e. therefore. No, it's a protected characteristic. We don't need to imagine what making the British countryside less white would look like because we've already seen numerous examples of it. Vast amounts of litter everywhere, even human feces as well as drug use. Funny, but yeah, let's take vast tracts of unspoiled countryside and make them more resemble crime-ridden inner city dumps, and they think this represents an improvement. People keep asking.
Please down and go to bed. Wake up to a sunrise, not your phone.
Diversity drive to make Britain's countryside less white. You mean make the British countryside? Diversity drive to make Britain's countryside less white. You mean make the British countryside more? Diversity drive to make Britain's countryside less white. You mean make the British countryside more like British cities? Terrible idea. Diversity drive to make Britain's countryside less white. You mean what? Yeah, because aging. Well, this isn't. Or resemble crime record. Yeah, because only to be told, God forbid, namely protected landscapes closely associated with traditional pubs. Red stains from Indians chewing and spitting it.
National parks for everyone.
And pub and replace it with a halal cafe. Yeah, umpteen dodgy vape shops and Turkish barbers.
The national parks and getting people out there and making national parks for everybody. And one of the problems is dogs. And actually, this isn't just about the fact that
Recognition that ethnic white people. If you value what I do and you want to help support me,
People should remember
if you
that.
see violence in this panel,